put into perspective what I see on the news, and I compare to class, and I hope that we talk about it the next day so I can like give out my opinion and see what other people think about it.
So there's not a topic that a student can feel like, oh, like I don't really relate to this or something. A lot of students like in a history class will feel kind of left out because they think, oh, I'm not a history person, so I can't talk about it. When in this class it's not that case because we jump around so many different things. And even just like with one book, we'll look at all of the different layers that go within it. And so every student kind of has an opportunity to kind of latch to their own personal ties to it. And then even when we're talking about our own lives, or when we're talking about like gender issues or like cultures and stuff, our students can bring up their lives and their lives at home and stuff, and that's not really something that they get to do in their other classes.
Like it gives the students the kind of like the power, you know, and gives us time to think and grow as like adults.
It's not just English, it's like history and government combined all together, and it's fascinating because I love this class. I wouldn't want to go to any other class, but
it's like we're all family because we all get along and nobody's scared to talk. Like anybody talks in that class. Like some people that are shy outside of class, like they're talking in his class. So
honestly, I think it seemed. I know he doesn't go with the flow, but it feels like it. Mm-hmm. He makes it feel like he goes with the flow. He's like there to lead us, but he's there to lead the discussion, but he doesn't have us on a leash forcing it to go somewhere. Mm-hmm. He's there as a guide, not as like a step, or he's there as a guide, not as an instructor, someone to tell you, you have to do this, this, and this. Mm-hmm. He's just here, this is what we're going to talk about today, and we'll see where it goes.
Because he takes multiple perspectives instead of saying, this is what we're given, and so this is what we're going to learn, and this is the only thing that's right. He says what may be right for us, or what may make sense to us isn't going to make sense to somebody else who's not in the same situation that we are.
He does it in a way to where he doesn't put his own personal opinions or to where his own personal bias against us, to where we're not going to be fearing to say anything because we don't want to offend him in any way. He makes it to where he can simply just allow us to be able the ones to create the answers and to be able to navigate through it. He doesn't just give us the answers that he wants us to say. He allows us to challenge him. He allows us to bring up some new ideas that even maybe he might not know himself. And that's really interesting because I see a lot of students being able to thrive off of that because it's something that they don't get even in their own homes. And it's rewarding in the sense that we get the opportunity to kind of create a narrative for ourselves, because legitimately when we graduate, that's what we're going to be doing with our whole lives.
I think one of the biggest things is that he isn't quick to give his own opinion, and I feel like a lot of the times that can kind of skew how the rest of the class would respond to certain things, because like once you hear that the teacher has a certain stance on something, you're kind of like I don't want to say what I have to say because like the class may disagree with me, or like I may be the only one who thinks like this. And so he lets us all kind of give what we have to say and kind of go at it with each other before he's like, okay, well this is where I'm going with it. And
just because it doesn't feel like a class doesn't mean it's not worth anything. Mm-hmm. It's worth a lot. I wish there were more places like that. Mr. Corrum's class, it feels great just to be in there learning and talking.
Basically, we all get to talk. We all have our voice, and whether we agree or disagree with the topic or like an opinion of someone else, we get to speak on it and discuss. Like we get to try to see like the perspective of the other person instead of just judging them based on their opinion.
But it feels genuine. Like we're here to have a discussion. It's really engaging, and we're learning while we're doing it. And it's not like a rubric for us on like, by this date you gotta learn this, by this date you gotta learn this. It feels all very natural and genuine, and it makes it exciting. The topics that he chooses, the books that he chooses to discuss are all interesting.
Like the whole point of discussions is so you can hear us talk, instead of just giving us paper and like, okay, write this down. Because if you just give us that, we're not going to know what this person's thinking. And then when everyone knows what each other's thinking, like when you get to hear like other people's point of view, it gives you a better understanding. Like
doing warm-ups can kind of start that structure, and I kind of jot down all the messy notes on the warm-up, and then when we talk about it, I have a better understanding of what I want to say or what I'm trying to say.
we also learn how to listen to other people and then not argue, but come up with an argument to say, okay, well, I know you believe this, but I believe this, and this is why. You know, and that's a great skill that teaches us in life, because most of us don't really know how to talk, and it allowed us to grow.
When the bell rings, it's like, shoot, I wish this discussion kept on going. Every time, and a lot of times I'll be mid, like saying something, and the bell rings, and I'm like, shoot, I had a really good one. And next day, I just go the whole day just thinking like, shoot, I wish I said that. Like,
I usually don't have too many friends, but I've made some of the greatest friends in this classroom over a simple debate, you know, and we talk it out, you know, and it's just been a very good experience for me.